golden again, and welcome to another in my series of conversations with Black women about mental health, physical health, and well-being. This is part of a series I'm calling New Strong Black Women. Today I'm talking with my friends, Marlena Perrin and Sherry Jones, and we have recently become hiking buddies. Yes, we are women over 50, Black women over 50 who hike, and we've had a great time. So today, Marlena and Sherry and I are going to talk about our physical health regimens and what they mean to us, how they improve our health, our mental attitudes, and even our spiritual lives. So welcome, Marlena and Sherry.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Marita. How are you?
I'm fine. Marlena's an old friend. Sherry's a new friend. So I'm going to start with Marlena. Marlena, I know you've been into a lot of things, yoga and a lot of exercises. So talk about how long you've been doing this, why, and what it means to you.
Okay, I'd love to. You are absolutely right. I have been active all of my life. However, there was a period of time when I wasn't active, a short period of time, probably about 3 years. And I gained a lot of weight. And then I pulled it together and said, wait, we're too young for this. We can't do this.
Right.
My husband, who walks 5 miles a day for the last 10 years or so,
Wow.
he introduced me to getting up early. And when I say early, I mean early, 5:30.
Okay.
So he walks probably 5-6 days a week. I try to join him at least 3 days a week for 5 miles. It begins my day perfectly. All the mental cobwebs from what I'm thinking about the night before or the week before, I have a chance to just clear my head in the morning. We both listen to music. I listen to my spiritual music. He listens to his reggae and whatever, which is great. So we're not talking and walking. And often, quite frankly, I walk faster than him, but it's okay. I have someone out there in the cold, early morning hours, and I know that, I'm not alone.
Right.
I also do yoga. I've done yoga for several years, but about 3 years ago, I decided to become a yoga teacher. So I'm a certified 200-hour yoga teacher. I taught several classes pre-COVID, but now that we are at home, I'm not teaching anymore. I did teach a couple of virtual classes, but they didn't work for me.
Okay.
It didn't work out. But I still do yoga daily. Even if it's not an hour or 45 minutes, I at least do 15 minutes of yoga and meditation. Yeah.
What kind of meditation do you do?
I understand that there are several different types of meditation. My meditation is sitting peacefully, quietly, sitting or lying down. Either one works for me. And trying to clear my mind of anything. Of course, that doesn't always work. I may only spend a minute with nothing on my mind. But each time I meditate, I build up my stamina to think about absolutely nothing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I started doing transcendental meditation in my 20s. And I now do mindfulness meditation.
Yes.
And so I mix it all up in the morning. I do some breathing, affirmations, mindfulness, and it's kind of all the same thing, headed in the same direction. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Sherry, how long have you been an actively involved in physical activity?
I think I've always been involved in some form of physical activity, be it walking. But you know what? While Marlena was talking, I was thinking about that, and I said, I've done a little bit of everything, like the ABCs of exercise. I started out in the 80s with aerobics. That was like the thing, aerobics, and then kind of went into like the step period where people were doing step. And probably in my 30s, after I had my children, I had children at 31 and 33, I started running. And so running was brand new. I was always interested in it. And it became like my outlet. I had 2 kids, and a
Right.
husband, and I needed to basically do something, like run away.
You need to run away.
I had to run away. And so I ran a couple of marathons, a couple of half marathons. I really got into running. That became my thing for like 20 years. I
Wow.
met a lot of friends. I have friends that I only know through like my running days. We still get together and we do like, we call it a run walk kind of thing. So I still do like a run walk sometime. My niece decided that it was time for me to put the running shoes away. So I listened because I didn't have a choice. And so I don't run as much anymore. I started after my running days, I think I started doing more walking, some hiking. I have some friends that really got into hiking. I have one friend particularly, she was really into hiking. So I started the hiking thing with her. My daughter likes to spin. That was like that's the latest thing.
Spinning, yeah.
Yeah, spinning was a thing. So, she's 23, 24 now. And so spinning became her thing. And I did that to, so we could have a thing to bond over. We'd go to the spin classes together and everything. And most recently, I invested in tennis lessons. So that's why I'm late. I was late for that. I just came from the tennis court. So I have a group of friends.
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
That's great. You just came from the tennis court for a conversation about physical.
Yes. Yeah. And I had to tell my tennis instructor because tennis and running are about the same on your knees.
Yeah.
So my knees are not happy about tennis. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. I guess I'll get back on the bike and just figure it all out. But so I've done like dabbled in a little bit of everything. Yoga, I need to do yoga. I need to do more stretching. I had a little routine that I was doing in the morning. I called it like a yoga stretch thing, but I'm not as committed. I'm kind of like I don't know, like maybe a cardio. I like the cardio. And so, yeah, I haven't been able to make yoga, fit, but I need to do more stretching, whether it's yoga or just basic stretching, because that's one of the problems with my knees and my hips. So I've done a little bit of everything. Yeah.
Well, I'm kind of a la carte. I do a little bit of everything. So in a typical week, I will walk one day. I will do intensive low impact cardio one day from, on YouTube. I will do Pilates the next day, and I will go back to walking. So for me, emotionally, I need to mix it all together. I'm not a person who would just get with one. And because I did yoga for a long time, and I now have a slipped disc in my back, which doesn't cause me a lot of pain, but sometimes acts up. And my doctor said that Pilates was good. And Pilates is very good for your core. And people think Pilates is not a workout. Oh no, Pilates is a serious cardio workout. So for me, I walk. I'm not a runner, never been a runner, but I walk, Pilates, yoga, and low impact cardio. And my body craves it. My body needs it. When I haven't done it, if I try to stay caught up so that if there's a day when I skip it, I don't feel too bad because I've been doing it so regularly. How does it impact you emotionally, Marlena, to have this fitness regimen?
Honestly, I don't think I can start a day without some type of exercise. If it's not walking or yoga, in my office, I have weights that I lift. Even if I'm sitting at a meeting, I've got to, get some physical exercise in terms of moving my muscles. So it really helps not only my body, but it helps me stay grounded in my head.
Grounded in your head, okay.
Yeah.
But it definitely keeps you clear, your mind clear.
The cobwebs.
Walking is a powerful tool for sorting out problems.
Yes.
Walking is great for creative thinking.
Yeah.
They've done studies that show that young kids who go out for exercise during recess, when they come back into the classroom, they perform better.
I
If
bet.
they don't go outside for
Mhm.
exercise, you can see the difference in their performance. So
Yeah.
walking is a powerful medicine. And once I found that now that I have that practice so deeply embedded in my body craves it like
Yeah.
water. You know, I almost have to do it. It's an automatic thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I
Sure.
actually got into some slightly down moods when I stopped working out. And when you sit down and think about it, I say to myself, okay, why am I feeling so blah or so down? Oh, I haven't exercised for three days. Oh, I haven't exercised for a week. So I said, okay, up we go. 5:30, let's go. Let's move. Let's do something. And it helps tremendously.
And for someone who's exercising pretty much daily or at least 5 days a week, to not exercise for a week or even 3 days, you can feel that.
Absolutely.
You can really feel that.
Yeah.
Sherry, what about you? How does it fit your mental
here. I like to especially back in the day when I used to, when the kids were younger, early morning was the time, because
definitely.
I had this thing that, I would, my husband would take the kids to school or babysitter or whatever, and I'd go to work early 3 days a week so that I could run. And the reason why I did that was, like, if somebody called me, like the school or the daycare, I got my run in and I can still go home. And,
exactly.
So that was like, it made me, so for those, like, probably 20 years, I did not miss, I had 3 days a week where I went out and I did my run, and no matter what else happened, I did something for me. And as a result, I was better for everybody else. I could take care of the husband and the kids and, and whatever else, came my way. And back to the walking, Marita, you mentioned how it can help you problem solve. During when I was working, I would take walks during the day, and I'm sitting at my desk, I'm trying to figure something out. I just cannot. I'm like, what's going on? I can't figure this out, And I go for a walk, and all of a sudden I'm like walking. I don't know what I never take my phone on a walk. I never take my phone on a run. I just don't. I mean, I know people probably think it's not safe, but I don't go places where, like by alone, where it's probably unsafe. So I just don't, because I want to just be alone, and I don't always listen to anything. I just kind of have these probably weird conversations with myself. I don't know.
Right.
But
right.
but I would walk during work, and all of a sudden it would come to me, oh, you just need to do this. That's what the problem is. And I go back to my desk, and I spent 4 hours trying to figure out this problem, and all of a sudden I'd walk for like 20-30 minutes and problem solved. I would go back to my desk and get it done, and like, wow, that was great. So yeah, sometimes you just need to step away from things, and you can be, like you said, more creative, figure out some things. So
and the other thing that's good for problem solving is napping. I'm a napper. Been a napper since my 20s. My 10-minute or 15-minute power nap, where you sink into a deep, and it's not meditation. I mean, meditation is one thing, but sleep is another thing. And sometimes sleeping for 10 minutes is some of the great geniuses of the world napped. So I'm a proud member of that club.
I've been trying
and I'll
to
tell Joe,
club,
I'll say, Joe, I'm going to the room for my nap. I'll say, Joe, I got to take my nap now.
Yes. I am a faithful, religious, spiritual napper. Sherry can attest to that.
Oh, yeah, you are.
Since the day she's met me, when things start getting topsy-turvy, it's time for a nap. And the nap can be 15 minutes. I call them power naps also. Yes. There's this group on Instagram. It's called the Nap Ministry.
I think I heard about it. I think you told me about it.
And it's great. But napping, yes, it's a great way to, like Sherry talked about, jump starting her thoughts. For me, that's what napping does. I mean, when I zonk out for 15 minutes, it literally feels like I have slept 8 hours and can tackle anything, kids, husbands included.
Well, I try to sleep 8 hours, so I need a nap. I like to sleep in. I'm not really a morning person. I did it, before I retired because I had to, But after that, it's like I don't need a nap because I'm not getting up before 9 o'clock. So,
See, I'm a lark.
mhm.
My body clock is set at 6:30
Uh,
or 6:37 latest. So when I wake up, I will stay in bed for a while, meditating,
Mhm.
doing that. But I'm ready. Once I wake up, I'm ready for the day, and I'm really strong during the early parts of the day. That's when I write. That's when
mm.
Joe's still snoring, and I'm already on the way to Wegmans. So so that's my time. I want to close by asking you to talk, give some advice to women who don't do what we do. How do they start? How do they start in a way that's non-threatening and easy, but at the same time challenging to develop a regimen of physical activity? We know all the reasons why they should do it, but sometimes people don't know, well, how do I get started? They think they have to join a club or do something. What do they do to get started, Marlena?
Maria, that's a really great question because, especially with the younger women, I think that they feel like, again, they have to be in a group of women to do exercise. But I think we need to teach them that it can start small, 10 minutes a day by yourself,
Mhm.
or grab a friend, grab a neighbor, grab a coworker,
Mhm,
and just take a walk around the block.
mhm.
It doesn't have to, you don't have to call it exercise. You
Right.
don't have to call it walking, hiking, tennis, whatever. Just get out and move your
Move,
body.
move.
Move your body and start small, 10 minutes. And then I believe that everybody's body will tell them, I need a little bit more. Take,
Exactly.
take, take me around 15 minutes. Take me around the block 15 minutes. Take
Right,
me around the
right,
block half an hour.
right,
And
right.
your body, like you said, Marita, your body will begin to crave it. Not only your body, but your mind and your soul.
Mhm.
Yeah. So just starting small with what you have. Um, I take 5-pound weights with me. My husband says, what are you carrying those for? Because when I get tired, I give one to him. And he doesn't know it, but I do that purposely. So he can get in some, a
On
little bit.
purpose, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
But just
yeah,
start
yeah.
small and just do it.
Mhm. Yep, just do it. Sherry?
I absolutely agree with what you said, Marlena. I think you should, find that thing that you like. If you, whatever it is that you enjoy, if you enjoy walking or running or, whatever it is, even, you may be a runner and maybe you just can't run far, and like you said, just 5 or 10 minutes, just get out there, kind of, jog around the block, walk around the block. If you like to, get on the floor and look at a video, if you'd rather be in the privacy of your own home, because some people prefer that. Um, do that, whatever works for you. I think you have to find your thing. And I love the idea of accountability. Sometimes having a partner, it doesn't always have to mean that you meet with them. Like during the pandemic, I had a good friend, neighbor friend, and we walked every day. We had our earpiece in and we do the same route. And we like, kind of chat sometime and say, oh, did you see that person is working on their house, and she had to get online to teach school, so it forced me, because I wasn't going to get up that early because I didn't have to, so it kind of made me, I was going to get my walk in, but it was like, okay, I want to talk to her for a little bit, so I'm gonna go ahead and get up at 7 o'clock this morning and get my
Right.
walk in early. And so I think those things do help. Accountability, having someone that you may meet or virtually meet, or maybe you want to talk to after you did your walk and say, oh, you know what I did today, I did some, I did some yoga, Marlena. Guess what? So I think that helps. And letting people know that you're starting this journey, that also helps with, in terms of accountability, just saying it out loud, because now you
Mm.
said it, now you have to kind of, own it, and, like, oh, you said you're going to do this thing. I should probably do it. So,
Yeah, yeah. I think that's important to say it out loud, because
yeah.
there may be people in your family, people in your friendship circle who really just waiting to hear somebody else say that
Yeah.
they're doing that.
Mhm.
and that will inspire them. Thank you, ladies. Thank you, my sisters.
Thank you.
This
Absolutely.
was
So
this
we'll
was
see you
great.
guys
So we're
Saturday,
gonna
right?
be hiking.
Yes.
Okay.